Hi everyone, welcome to the video. Today's crypto project in focus is Neo, which according to its website is a community-driven and developer-friendly open network for the smart economy. Its corresponding crypto, Neo, currently sits at 20th on the list of cryptos based on circulating market cap. Now, before talking more about its price history and the project, a quick summary of what is in store for today's video. So I'll be looking at some of the historical price data, what is Neo and its use cases, some relevant news and partnerships, ways to store and purchase the crypto, two price analyses, we're focusing on one in particular, a general market update, in addition to something about Tezos baking or staking, which I'll touch on at the end of the video. Now this must be said, none of the opinions or information in this video is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This should only be for educational purposes. So looking at the price data, the current price is just over $20 per Neo. Here it's at a very good month and it's up 120% for the past 12 months. If we look at the historical prices, it's all-time high, $196 with an all-time low of 7 cents. Let's see what happens in the coming months. So back to the website, let's have a look at some of the key aspects of the project. There's this thing called DBFT, which stands for Delegated Byzantine Fault Tolerance. What BFT is in a nutshell, this is courtesy of Binance Academy. The BFT system is able to continue operating even if some of the nodes or the physical devices on the system malfunction or act maliciously. Now this is a very simplified definition. There's more information in this piece here, additional resources that I'll provide in the description. Back to the other aspects of the technology. So we've got that, or version 2.0, the Neo virtual machine, so a lightweight, cross-platform and scalable virtual machine. Scalability is constantly talked about amongst various projects. Smart contracts, so a cross-platform, multi-language supported smart contract system. Smart contracts which relate to Ethereum as well. The next one, Neo ID, a customizable, decentralized, self-sovereign identity protocol. A Neo FS, a distributed object storage solution for on-chain data applications. There's a voting mechanism. There's a dual token system, so that's Neo and Gas, just like Ethereum, which has Gas as well. And there's Oracle, enabling smart contracts to access external resources. Some key aspects of the technology underpinning the project. There is a timeline of Neo, and just for your reference as well, Neo was previously known as Ant Shares up until 2017, and more information here for Neo contributors, and there's a developers section there. Before talking about use cases or elaborating on smart contracts and decentralized applications, just to give you an overview of the project's reach. So if we look at the Neo ecosystem tab, there are Neo communities across 20 cities and 7 countries. There are over 100 dApps running on its platform, 30 wallets supporting the cryptocurrency, several programming languages that developers can use to help build on the project. Neo protocol, to give you an idea of how Neo is being utilized in different ways, if we have a look at the dApp platform, which will give you a list of the different projects here, or as an overview, this says 68 dApps despite the plus 100 listed previously, 192 smart contracts. Some of the featured dApps, there's Neo Line, which is an easy to use mobile gateway to the Neo smart economy, and NeoTube, a blockchain information query platform, Switch.io, it's a DEX built on Neo's blockchain. They've got a hybrid token game, Nash, Moonlight, and several others there. If we go to State of the dApps, the reason why I'm showing you this is it classifies all of these into different categories. So we've got exchanges, games, marketplaces, identity. So if you want a digital, like a verified digital identity using blockchain tech. I just want to illustrate that relatively speaking, Neo is still a drop in the ocean in terms of dApps relative to Ethereum, which is still leading the pack compared to various blockchain platforms. There's a more extensive list of the different blockchain platforms that are building, whereby dApps are being built upon these on the State of the dApps homepage. But going back to the information for Ethereum, many more dApps, users, transactions, and volume in terms of US dollar value built on Ethereum relative to Neo, at least with the figures listed here. In spite of this, this could change considerably in the next year or two. Let's see what happens. Before covering news and partnerships, one more thing that comes to mind. is the NEO white paper. So for those who are new to the space or not familiar with these, the white paper is essentially the blueprint that underpins the technology or project, comprehensive detail about all of these different characteristics. There'll be a link to this and everything else I cover in the description. Now, plenty of news to cover in regards to NEO. As posted on its official blog last month, NEO launches interoperability protocol Poly Network with other founding members. Consisting of leading blockchain platforms such as NEO and Ontology, Poly Network aims to build the foundation for next-gen internet or NGI by enabling greater integration, cooperation and innovation. Poly Network is well positioned to become the pillar of NGI and the smart economy of tomorrow. The network's protocol provides these advantages as listed here. Support for heterogeneous and homogeneous chains, easily accessible and requiring only 1 to 2 additional smart contracts to support cross-chain transactions. It optimizes the scope of cross-chain transactions by enabling the transfer of not only assets but also arbitrary information. And on top of that, it operates in an eco-friendly fashion by neither issuing tokens nor smart contracts. Just highlighting some of the key aspects there. There is this Medium blog piece from the NEO blog page. NEO integrates with Rosetta, a Coinbase-led open source project. Just a few lines from this. As a leading public blockchain pioneering in interoperability via protocols such as the Poly Network, we look forward to work together with Rosetta, improving protocol integration processes in order to build the next-gen internet. Other useful information provided there. An increasing amount of emphasis on this interoperability amongst different blockchains. I know Chainlink is working on something similar. Cosmos, which was listed here, I actually covered a video solely dedicated to Cosmos. Other than the increasing emphasis on interoperability, NEO has jumped on board this DeFi or the decentralized finance bandwagon. This has taken the crypto space by storm, especially in 2020. There are a lot of parallels between DeFi and the ICO craze, which occurred back in 2017. And I feel as though this is becoming more and more the case every day. So this is FX Street NEO price analysis. NEO makes long-awaited debut into the DeFi space. And there's one more thing I forgot to mention. Last but not least, in regards to the news, is one of the most highly anticipated events for the NEO ecosystem, and that is the NEO 3.0 development. So one of the major system upgrades with, you could say, parallels to Ethereum's 2.0. This has been an ongoing discussion over the past few years. A source that is frequently cited is this Medium piece by Eric Zhang, one of the co-founders and the core developer at NEO. This roadmap of NEO 3.0 development. Now, even though this is from last year, much of this remains relevant, and it's a very good summary of what all of this entails. Just some of the key features in the meantime, in case you're wondering. So it talks about DBFT, a new pricing model. There'll be, it says internet resource access, a distributed decentralized object storage platform integrated with NEO and NEO ID. Depending on where you look, based on this information here at Coin Paprika and what they've obtained here from CoinMarketCal, the mainnet is expected to occur by the end of this year, or it says 31st of December 2020 or earlier. It's a very tentative date. I mean, this was expected to occur in Q2 2020, but to be fair, the Ethereum 2.0 launch has experienced major delays, and that's a whole different topic for discussion. Just one more thing in regards to this is a recent update here. This is through crypto.com, titled Recap of Live AMA with John Wang, the Director, Ecosystem Growth of NEO on crypto.com. It's an interview with him, and this was back in July. The official Telegram, which talks about 3.0 or touches on it. One more thing before moving on. The reason why I've mentioned Ethereum quite a bit, it's because NEO is often referred to, or historically has been referred to, as the Chinese Ethereum. There are numerous sources that have used this title as well across various crypto news media platforms. It will be interesting to see how things pan out for both projects in the future. Now, moving on to ways you can store your NEO and how to purchase the crypto. We've got the first option here, which is Ledger. Now, this is focusing on hardware wallets. Just NEO Wallet in the meantime, but at least that's an option. The next hardware wallet that provides support for NEO is Kobo, which if we scroll down here and look at the supported list, well, we can see the NEO logo there. I haven't used this one before. It's probably not as common as the Ledger. Again, another choice, which for those not looking at the screen, it resembles like a smartphone. So you've got that option to view everything all on the one device. And according to this, it supports over 20 chains and 700 tokens. Anyway, more information there. Now, I would usually say Trezor, but it seems as though, incredibly, despite supporting over 1,600 crypto assets, just to show you, if I do a word search here as well, and it's not coming up with any options for Neo. I believe at some point Trezor will provide support for the crypto. In the meantime, you've got the previous two options, but moving on to desktop and mobile wallets, Exodus is the next one that comes to mind, which has connectivity with hardware wallets as well. So if we look at these supported assets, scrolling down, we can see Neo. You can get the desktop and mobile option to send, receive, and exchange the crypto. And based on this, it looks like they're offering staking for Neo as well. Atomic Wallet is the next choice. This is another popular option that provides support for a plethora of cryptos. Neo is mentioned here on the list. In terms of other options, if we go back to the Wallets tab at the Neo homepage, it shows you all of the different wallets that you can choose to store your Neo. So there's a good selection of all of these different choices. Before talking about the prices, just looking at the various ways you can purchase your Neo. Most popular exchanges, we've got Coinbene, B-E-N-E, Binance, IXX, and several others there. The one I'm most familiar with is Binance. It's probably your best option, but again, not paid advertising. Please do your own research before deciding which one of these would work best for you. But now that's been said, let's jump over to my price analysis. Just a quick recap of the price data before talking about my price targets. Today's price, $21.60, with a circulating market cap of roughly $1.5 billion, circulating supply of 70.5 million, and a total supply of 100 million units. Now, what I've done, I've picked a figure between this and between the 70 and 100 million target, just a couple of sources in regards to inflation. A resource that I've used for various videos, so you've got the inflation tracker. And if we scroll down and look at Neo, now it says here 18%, but I think this is an outdated figure, and I'll show you why. If we look at the fine print, the 18% figure is as of 2019. But for 2020, it says 5%, and then 2021, 0%. I just want to click on the source titled Neo Inflation Schedule. Now, this is a couple of years old. It's a bit frustrating. I couldn't find anything over the past 6 to 12 months. Now, I could be wrong, and if you have come across something, please let me know, share it with everyone. Without spending too long talking about this, I'm just showing you why I got to this 90 million figure. Look, this could be tweaked. You could have something that's 80 or 85 million, but for consistency and for the purposes of this video, we're going to stick with the 90 million figure. Okay, so my first target is $100 per Neo. This would equate to a $9 billion circulating market cap at this above mentioned supply. I expect this to be achieved well before the circulating supply hits 90 million. So if we were to revise this supply to 75 million, that means this price target would need 7.5 billion in circulating market cap. Again, specifically for the first one. Assuming that this happens fairly soon, which I believe we could attain this just purely in the next bull run with a lot of hype. I'm talking about a market-wide bull run that we experienced towards the end of 2017 and early 2018. Improved technology will also help propel this price, but I'll talk more about it throughout this price analysis. The next price target of $300 per Neo, well, that would be 27 billion in circulating market cap for this supply here. Uncharted waters, considering the all-time high is about 2/3 of this. Bearing in mind this was about 3 years ago. Globally, we have a lot more awareness of cryptocurrencies, and there's a huge market to tap into. To get to this $300 figure, Neo would need to form new partnerships, increase its reach, especially with purchasing the crypto on more exchanges, on top of having more wallets that can support Neo storage. I mean, these are just some measures that could be taken to help reach this figure. Something else to bear in mind, actually, I'll talk about this for the next price point, which is $500 per Neo, and this would be a $45 billion circulating market cap. In regards to this, we need to consider the competition, especially, and I've said this in previous videos, but with Neo in particular, Ethereum being a major competitor, there are other blockchains as well, but Ethereum, as we saw earlier in terms of dApps and smart contracts, it's leading the way At this price point, we need to see what will happen with Ethereum, especially with all of these highly anticipated upgrades with Ethereum 2.0. Who will win the battle in regards to dApps and smart contracts? This competition should help drive more innovation. They'll be fighting for market share. They want to secure these partnerships with various companies around the world, big and small. A real impetus to get some of the best technology in the space, so many more transactions per second, much better scalability, having that improved interoperability, such as that poly network information I touched on earlier. All of these things should help drive the price to 500, or hopefully beyond that. Very early days, time will tell. I will add to this as well, having their involvement in DeFi could be very beneficial, especially in the event of this bull run. I know I talk about it a lot, but I guess many of us are anxiously waiting for these prices to just skyrocket throughout the market. It's been a long time coming. Let's see how things pan out in the coming months. The last price target, $1,000 per NEO. How likely is this? No one knows, because the space is so dynamic. The technology will take a while to build. We've seen a lot of dark horses this year propel their way into the top 50. You've seen Polkadot, there's Aave or Lend. Chainlink has secured its spot in the top 10, at least for the time being. There's a lot of flow, there's a lot of fluctuation. What do you think about the $1,000 target, or just these targets in general? I look forward to your feedback. Look, I would never rule this out. When you consider the vast sums of money in these technology companies today, got Apple, Tesla, Amazon, Microsoft, so on and so forth, all of these figures, I believe, are plausible. How attainable are these? You let me know. I don't have a crystal ball. If anyone says they know with certainty that this crypto is going to 10x, 50x, whatever, you should always take it with a grain of salt. Just to reiterate, none of this is financial advice. I know there's a temptation to throw in a lot of money, but you should always proceed with caution. Now, just in regards to this, just to play devil's advocate, how likely is it that we're going to see $0 per NEO? What are the odds that this is just going to collapse, just be sent to the back of the pack? I mean, you be the judge. I highly doubt this is ever going to happen, the $0 per NEO. Not financial advice, just my opinion. But from what I've seen so far, forming these new partnerships, they're being fairly adaptive in having this involvement in DeFi and in improving this interoperability. Before finishing the price analysis, there is a second component to this. I'll just skim through this section, comparing NEO to another crypto, or in this case, Bitcoin. Now, one of you suggested that I compare the crypto in focus for each video to another crypto, and for consistency, I've just stuck with Bitcoin. How is the value of NEO relative to Bitcoin? Just to give you an explanation of these, if you imagine you put in X amount of dollars, I mean, yes, there's still fiat involved nevertheless. This many NEO in Bitcoin now, so we've got these different figures. The potential future value of these at $40,000 and $100,000 per Bitcoin, again, just hypothetical figures, there's no guarantee these will happen. This is how much the NEO will be worth in future with the corresponding Satoshi values. So all of the information here, it's all fairly self-explanatory. You can tweak these accordingly, so you can substitute Bitcoin with your favorite crypto if you prefer. But again, just an alternate way to view the value of NEO, especially at a time when fiat currencies are losing dominance or continuing to do so, particularly with what's happening around the world at the moment. That's a wrap for my price analysis. And before providing a general market update, just a quick announcement regarding Tezos, especially those who are staking or baking the crypto. If you're using Ledger Live, something I've noticed, again, this is just from my personal experience, the company that I was using to stake Tezos all of a sudden just stopped the process, and I had to reapply for that, or just go into Ledger Live, start baking the crypto again. Now, what I've done, just for those not looking at the screen, there is My Tezos Baker. If you want to find a delegator, if you want to delegate your Tezos or assign it for staking, the site I recommend checking out is mytezosbaker.com, and it gives you the full list of all of the different validators. It gives you the full list of bakers that allow you to run your Tezos on the blockchain, and you get rewarded free crypto in return just to help secure the network. Just a quick announcement to ensure that your crypto is still being staked, just in case it has automatically stopped the process and you're not getting any free crypto anymore. Crypto market update here. The price is as follows. We're focusing on the cryptos that have had the biggest gains and losses over the past 7 days. So we've got Yearn Finance, it's continuing its excellent run. It's up 82% for the week. IOST, 75% gains. DFI Money, 63% up. It's at a really good 24-hour period. UMA or UMA, I'll just call it UMA, 57%. Binance Coin having a very impressive 24-hour period. It's up nearly 54% for the past 7 days. Loopring 50%, Celsius 47%, Aave or Lend and Flexicoin up roughly 44% as well for the past 7 days, and several others there. Jumping over to the biggest losers over the past 7 days, Hyperion is down 52% for the week, by far and large experiencing the biggest losses over the past 7 days. Thorcoin 8.5%, EOS down about 3.6%, but as we can see, generally speaking, the market is looking very buoyant. Plenty of cryptos with double-digit gains. Some of the top cryptos: Bitcoin $10,441 per BTC, Ethereum at $384, XRP just below 25 cents, Chainlink $12.69, and as we saw earlier, Binance Coin up considerably, it's nearly $30 per BNB. Polkadot with some good gains as well. That's a wrap for the video. What are your thoughts about the NEO anticipated upgrades, all of the news and partnerships that we saw earlier in the video? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to stay up to date with my latest content. If you have something to say, feel free to leave your feedback in the comments section. I hope you're all having a wonderful morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are, and take it easy. See ya.